Hello everyone, Jordan Emily here, and for today's tutorial, I'm showing you my signature look on the classic Smokey eye, but with a twist. Think soft glam meets sparkly bombshell. It's not a super heavy black eye smoky eye. It's more of a sultry, glittery, with a hint of pink. So let's get on into it. Okie dokie, so I've already done my face makeup for you because I really wanted to focus more on the smoky eye today. If you are planning on doing your face makeup before your eye makeup, make sure you take a little bit of a setting powder and you place that under your eye. Because today we're working with black eyeshadow. Make sure you take a little bit of setting powder and make sure you grab a little powder puff and bake a little of that setting powder underneath your eye. This will help in case if you have any like fallout that comes off of your eyeshadow, you can just wipe it away and it won't mess with your face makeup. So I wanna do a little bit of that. Load that powder puff up. And then you'll just leave that there until after your eye makeup's done, and then you can just take a fluffy brush and dust it away. This is just to make sure the black eyeshadow doesn't ruin your foundation. Let's get started with eyes. I always like to start off with my eyes with a little bit of brow gel. This is the Kosas Clear Brow Gel, and I like to go in a little upward stroke motion to really get them nice and fluffy. And I love using this one because it's super lightweight, but it also helps stick my eyebrow hairs together so they don't move. So with today's eyeshadow look, I wanted to do a little bit more dramatic and add in more color. And so to really get that eyeshadow color to pop, I love lining the lids of my eyes with a concealer. It can be any concealer, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna be using the Kosas concealer today, and you're just gonna take a little bit, apply that all on your eyelids. Then you're gonna take a flat eyeshadow brush and you're gonna blend that concealer all around your eyelid. Just to make sure that the concealer doesn't go anywhere, you're gonna take your setting powder again, just dust it along your eyelids to really set that concealer. After we got everything prepped, now we're gonna go in with some color. So for today, I'm gonna be using two eyeshadow palettes. One is gonna be the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. This one has really pretty, dark, sparkly colors in it that I really love. And then this one is the Soft Glam by Anastasia. So I'm gonna be using these two palettes today because I don't do a traditional smoky eye, just because the traditional ones are just so dark and they kind of close in my eye a little bit too much because I have very small hooded eyes. So I can't really put a lot of color on my eyes because then they just make them look like they're little pea-sized. So how I really like to do my smoky eyes is more, not just black, but I love doing like a navy blue. So it's gonna be like more of a navy blue, purple, black kind of smoky eye. I promise it won't look like a black eye. One of my friends, when I did a smoky eye, he said it reminded him of one of the Victoria's Secret angel smoky eyes. So that's what I like to call it. So today we're gonna be doing the Victoria's Secret smoky eye. Starting off, I always like to do lightest to dark. So we're gonna start off with our lightest shade. We're gonna be using this pink limit color. We're gonna load our brush up with that, and we're just gonna kind of sweep this all over our eye. Changing out my brushes, we're gonna go in with a little bit of a darker shade now. I'm gonna be using this kind of like purple, this purple grayish shade right here. It's called Factory. Now the trick is here, you're not gonna apply it all over your eye where the pink was. You're just gonna take a little bit and you're gonna do a pressing motion on kind of like half of your lid, because then you're gonna blend it up, and I promise you it will blend up. All right, we got a little bit darker. I'm gonna use one more darker shade. I'm switching my brush. I'm gonna get an even smaller one. So we got an even smaller brush. Still fluffy because we wanna blend it out. Next shade, I'm going in with this really, really dark purple right here. And this one, we're gonna keep very close to the lash line. Still kind of the same thing. You're gonna pack that in there and then blend it up, but you wanna make sure you keep it very close to the lash line. Ooh, I love a good smoky eye because it really, if you do it correctly, and after this video, you will, it really opens up your eyes. We're done with this palette. And honestly, the whole reason why I'm using this palette is because of this pitch black right here. If you have another black eyeshadow, that's totally fine. I just love that one because it's super, super, super black. So I'm gonna take kind of an angled brush like this because this is gonna be kind of like a faux eyeliner. But I didn't want to use a liquid one because I wanted to be able to smudge it out because it's a smoky eye. We're gonna pack a little bit of that black eyeshadow onto that brush. And then how I like to do eyeliner is I'll bring my mirror really, really close to my face and I'll look down into it so then I can see my whole lash line. Kind of contort your hand weird and just press that eyeshadow into your lash line. And then totally up to you, but I'll do like a little tiny little wing and then I'll drag it into my inner corners. We got a little bit of eyeshadow fallout. So I'm just gonna take a little fluffy brush and dust that off. Now my favorite part is lashes. Lashes are actually very easy. Today I think I wanna go with just a half lash, nothing too crazy. If you love a dramatic lash, go for a full dramatic lash. Me, I just want a little lift. So I'm gonna measure these for half lashes. Got my babies all measured. Now I'm gonna go apply these off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, we got our half lashes on. I love a good little half lash because my eyes are kind of downturned. And so I've figured out a way to kind of plop the lash on to where it lifts it and kind of changes my eye shape a little bit. Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna come out with a video to show how to do this because I think this is a really good life hack. Next, we're gonna apply a little bit of mascara. I like using the YSL because it really helps give volume to your lashes. Okay, I think I'm gonna make my boyfriend take me out on a date night tonight because I cannot waste this makeup. Last and final part that I always love doing is I'll add a little bit underneath my waterline. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna be taking a navy blue eye pencil. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and apply it not in my waterline because I always find that it just comes off no matter what I do. So I'm actually gonna apply it right on my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take a small little brush and buff that out. Still gives the same effect, opening up your eye, giving it more of a sultry look without potentially coming off or gooping in the corner, which we all hate. I always love to make sure to really darken those outer corners because I want my eyes to connect together. I don't want there to be an open space. And then topping it off with a little bit more mascara on your bottom lashes. Okay, I think we did a really pretty good job. You all know me, I love my shimmers. So I'm gonna take a little bit of shimmer. I'm gonna put it on my brow bone. And then on the inner corners of my eye. Your girl needs her sparkles. And voila! See? Not that difficult. Smoky eyes can be very, very, very intimidating. Trust me, I know. I've always been kind of scared of eyeshadow colors because it's very easy to go overboard. Knowing placements and knowing what colors to use to not make it so heavy can really benefit you. All right, friends, that's it for me today. I'm Jordan Emily. Please comment down below if there's a certain eye look or makeup look that you would love a tutorial on, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, babes.